Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I want us to discuss about the release of Afenifere youth leader. A lot of people knew that he was released, but how did they release him?
Hello, welcome to this channel. There is this video I came across and I would like us to watch it together. But before we do that, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that. Click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to keep being part of this. Then as you watch, do not forget to react and also drop your comments in the comment section.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I want us to discuss about the release of Afenifere youth leader. A lot of people knew that he was released, but how did they release him? Is it the police? Is it the government? In this video, you will discover that the family paid the sum of 17 million naira for his release. Stay with me. How family of Afenifere youth leader Ojajuni raised at least 17 million to secure freedom from kidnappers. The release of the Afenifere Youth Council President Prince Enyonda Ojajuni was secured with at least 17 million, a top family source revealed to Sahara reporters on Saturday. The money was said to have been paid to secure his freedom from kidnappers after about 12 days. According to the top sources, Ojajuni's wife reportedly personally delivered the ransom to the abductors in Akure before his release. We did not hear anything from the government despite repeated promises, and the police efforts did not yield result. We had no choice but to raise funds ourselves, one of the sources told Sahara reporters. They also noted that despite repeated pleas, the Nigerian government did not provide financial assistance and security agencies were also unable to track the kidnappers' location until the ransom was paid. Ojajuni is currently receiving medical treatment at an undisclosed location for security reasons. Prior to his release, Afenifere Group had condemned the deteriorating security situation and demanded urgent intervention from the Ondo and Kogi state governments. The group urged authorities to act swiftly to ensure Ojajuni's safe rescue, noting that the adoption took place near Ondo Kogi state boundary. And there has been misreactions because of all these things, and it is nothing but to tell you the state of the nation. Anyway, let's take a look at the way the News Central television react to this adoption and release of Afenifere youth leader.
Mr. Azan, it's nice to have you around. Thank you so much for coming to our studios.
Well, it's a pleasure to be on your program.
Yeah. So how did Daniela's abduction and the subsequent release affect the council and the family? And what effort went into securing its release?
Well, we must first of all thank God Almighty for the successful release of Prince Eniola Ojajuni, who is a very good friend of mine and a leader of the Afenifere youth, which we equally acknowledge the efforts of the IGP of the police and all critical stakeholders, friends and family and leaders across the Yoruba land. During this trying and excruciating period, we understand psychologically he needs to recoup himself, he needs to recuperate within the period medically, but within this whole period, it is just to disclose to us that it's high time our governors takes the issue of security very seriously, especially just not within the region alone, but nationally. We know the issue of kidnapping along Biniore Road, along Ijebu-Ode, along all these corridors needs very stringent method for the government to play critical role, especially working closely with local security groups, ensuring proper intelligence are being utilized, and ensuring technology also, because all these factors are what are aiding these hoodlums, kidnappers to operate within the region. And from that same experience, we believe that the government should not just keep quiet. Having released Eniola Ojajuni, there are all other people who are not as popular as Eniola Ojajuni that have been kidnapped. So it goes to say that enough intelligence must be put into place, and we want to inform the government there must be proper stringent law against kidnapping. Kidnapping should be a case should be related to terrorism, whereby death penalty should be the consequence. because that is the only deterrent that can really ensure that this kind of trade that some people have just set their eyes on, thinking that, okay, being the Afenifere youth leader, people will contribute. Yes, a lot of money has gone down from various groups and all that, but it is not that money contribution that matters, but the average life of every Nigerian. And it is very important, especially our Southwest governors. They should not take the issue of security. They've raised it that ISWAP are already within the region. So all our royal fathers and our governors needs to meet and comb all our forests. We don't want any terrorists, either under any guise, to operate within our forest. We want to ensure that we have forest guards, so that the amount of insecurity, especially around this Kogi corridor Abuja axis to, there must be a proper, more energetic anti-kidnapping unit must be stationed around, maybe within those corridors. And all these suspects that have been arrested must not be let out, because the kind of pains they allow victims to go through is like more of visiting death already. So we believe that we thank maybe we appreciate the effort of the IGP Egbetokun, and ensuring that these are one of the cardinal objectives that Yoruba Council Worldwide have seen to discuss with him, that we need to establish the Police and Youth Relations Committee, so that every day, every time, there can be synergy to discuss the issue of security at all times.
Okay, so I'm guessing that the establishment of that particular committee at the grassroots, or should I say in Southwest, would be enough to tackle issues around kidnapping in the country, because some people have actually questioned what the Yoruba community would be doing or can do to assist in dealing with insecurities or insecurity situations like this.
Yes, we've already reached a conclusive stage with the Office of the Inspector General of Police, because we are working closely with the IGP office through the PPRO's office to ensuring that in all the 6 regions of the country, we host what is called the Police and Youth Relations Summit across the 6 geopolitical zone, to ensure that grassroots community policing is a toga on its own, but to effectively carry it out, the youth must not be separated from that. And that's why the IGP have embraced the Nigeria Force project that we have presented to him. That was on the 12th of August of last year on International Youth Day, which the IGP embraced the establishment. So the essence is to ensure that with the government and the people, especially the youth demographics, which is the highest in population, we can constructively engage with the DPO, the area commander, and all the necessary security agency, and for intelligence gathering, for intelligence sharing, because that is the only key to dealing with the terrorism that is already infesting around us, because we cannot say we are adequately safe. For now, there is incursion within the southwestern region for the past 5 years now, and people will say, oh, because everybody is allowed to live everywhere. But what about the security and identity of those that are coming? Do we really know how many of the foreigners that have gained inroad into our land? So we believe the only best way is through this method that we have engaging with the IGP office, and we hope in the coming days with all the youth groups across the country, this will be an embracing way forward to ensuring that issue of security is adequately dealt with. We've equally written to the president to establish a local national a local national security agency, whereby all the local securities that we have across the country, there will be like the Amotekun we have in the southwest, we equally have in the southeast, north central, the Eastba. The government, the federal government, we have advised the federal government to come up with a platform, a national joint security network, whereby all these local security groups like civilian JTF will not just be left alone without proper training, without proper alignment with the institutions of government. So we believe there are critical synergy, and that's what the Yoruba Council Worldwide is really looking up to. We've equally written to the DG of the DSS that we want to engage. So it's all about constructive engagement. I will believe the issue of insecurity in a matter of is just a matter of time. It will be a thing of the past.
Okay, so to be critical about this, we know that kidnappers enrich themselves by demanding ransom, and we are aware that Ojajuni's abductors demanded 100 million naira and 2 tricycles. Was any paid?
Well, you know, the new trade is kidnapping. It has always been there. We were thinking it was a joke when it started in the Niger Delta, but now it has now become a well-infested trading. But be that as it may, we are aware that monies were being contributed that belong to various platforms. We've engaged, there are family members, at least they are coming. Even during those conversations, we were following up. I was more following up on daily conversations, even with the kidnappers and every other thing. But this situation is just to show that these kidnappers are human beings. These are just youth that are just telling themselves that that is what they want to go through. They were never born a kidnapper. And we're telling all kidnappers now to have a change of thoughts, because this can never continue again. Because so for us, it is to show to the government that the government should equally create an alternative in ensuring industrialization of Nigerian youth. We cannot continue to say we have army of unemployed youth. Crime is equally growing faster, and they say the idle hand is the devil's workshop. We want to believe that with all this engagement we are having, thankfully the current president is equally doing a whole lot in the area of the youth demographic in terms of youth initiative that is really bringing up good omen for the country. Okay. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We want to believe that the confab in which the federal government is about to organize, we will participate there. We will put up a lot of policies before the government, and we believe that engagement at the confab will throw more light to way forward on how we manage youth development as far as the country is concerned. All right,
thank you so much, Oladotun San, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. As finally.
Thank you for watching this video. Please leave your contribution in the comment section and also do well to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.